Welcome back to the battles between Bizarro versus Gladiator, and who will win. Before we dive into the analysis, please remember to subscribe to my channel to support me. Thank you very much.
In the universe, not every hero is born from light. There are characters who exist on the blurry boundary between good and evil, and Bizarro is the most bizarre embodiment of that boundary. Created by Lex Luthor's ambitious hands through mutated cloning technology, Bizarro is a failed copy of Superman, but failure doesn't mean weakness. On the contrary, this is what makes this character terrifying in a completely different way. Bizarro's body has a pale, plaster-like skin, a rough, uneven surface like a statue that was smashed and then carelessly reassembled. He possesses all the strength of Man of Steel, but completely lacks the intelligence to control it. Bizarro's unique character is truly defined by his distinctive inverted language. He says goodbye when he wants to say hello, and hate when he actually loves. Bizarro's entire worldview operates against all conventional logic. Destruction, for him, is a way to protect. Causing chaos is an act of salvation in the distorted perception of a mind that has never truly matured. Bizarro, not a pure villain, nor a true hero. He is a child trapped in the body of an all-powerful entity, not understanding the world around him but yearning to belong to it. This misguided innocence sometimes pushes him into the unexpected position of an ally of the Justice League, when his random goals inadvertently align with the interests of justice. If Superman is the symbol of perfection in supernatural power, then Bizarro is proof that even that perfection, when distorted and misrepresented, can create an entity capable of shaking the universe. Bizarro possesses physical strength equal to, and sometimes even surpassing, Superman's. His punches can send opponents flying out of Earth's orbit or pierce the surface of a planet in a single breath. Bizarro's speed is many times faster than light, enough to catch up with Professor Zoom and launch a lightning-fast attack on Wonder Woman before she can react. In terms of endurance, he has withstood direct attacks from Superman, General Zod, and even Martian Manhunter without suffering any significant damage. Furthermore, his rapid physical regeneration makes Bizarro virtually limitless in terms of combat stamina. Bizarro truly becomes an independent entity, not merely a weak shadow of Superman. Instead of the characteristic heat gaze of the Man of Steel, Bizarro shoots icy beams from his eyes, capable of freezing anything almost instantly. Instead of freezing breath, he spews streams of plasma, molten steel, and lava from his mouth, powerful enough to incinerate anything in his path. These reversed abilities are not weaknesses. They are entirely unique weapons that make him unpredictable and difficult for opponents to prepare for. Bizarro also flies freely through space without oxygen or an external energy source. His X-ray vision allows him to penetrate most matter, along with his superhuman hearing and the ability to withstand the harshest conditions in the universe without harm. But all these abilities exist within a body without a true will to control them. Bizarro's limited intelligence is a fatal flaw that any intelligent person can exploit. He is easily manipulated, easily led astray, and sometimes neutralized by reverse kryptonite variants like blue sunlight, which can replicate new versions of Bizarro. An unmanned fighting machine is always the greatest danger, not to the enemy, but to the world around it. Bizarro destroys everything in his path without understanding why. Bizarro's feats are not the result of planning or calculation. They are the natural consequence of immense power unleashed to its fullest extent. On numerous occasions, Bizarro and Superman have stood on opposite sides of a direct confrontation, and the results have always astonished viewers. Bizarro has repeatedly sent Superman flying out of Earth's orbit with punches that pierced the planet's surface, prolonging the fight to the point where both were nearly exhausted. Wonder Woman, one of the most highly trained warriors in DC history, was defeated by Bizarro in a matter of seconds. There was no negotiation, no strategy, just overwhelming brute force. Bizarro even broke the lasso of truth, the legendary weapon considered invincible by the goddess of war. And if that wasn't enough, Bizarro single-handedly took on the entire Justice League in a single battle and defeated them all in minutes. Bizarro also faced Solomon Grundy in his Black Lantern form, one of the Immortal Giant's most terrifying manifestations. That battle ended with Bizarro pushing Solomon Grundy straight into the Sunday. Among the freedom fighters, Human Bomb died not because Bizarro intentionally killed him, but simply because Bizarro struck too hard beyond any safe limits. Bizarro once stood on the brink of cosmic challenges. He nearly conquered heaven in a chaotic and illogical journey, true to his style. He also directly confronted the Mazas, the inverted version of Shazam in a parallel universe, a battle between two entities both possessing paradoxical natures but in completely different dimensions. Bizarro doesn't fight to win in the conventional sense. He fights because that's the only thing he knows how to do.
Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and turn on notifications to watch the latest videos. Thank you very much.
Now, we'll talk about the Gladiator. Calark was born on the planet Strontia, home to an alien race with superior physical abilities. But what truly sets the Strontians apart isn't their muscles or genetics. It lies in the strange and profound connection between their mental state and physical strength, a mechanism never before seen in any other race in the galaxy. Calark rose to become a praetor, the supreme leader of the Imperial Guard, the elite force protecting the most powerful Shi'ar empire, the result of decades of training, sacrifice, and self-proving across the battlefields of space. The Gladiator is considered by many to be Superman. He possesses extraordinary physical strength, speed exceeding light, the ability to fly freely through space, and many other superhuman abilities that make him one of the most formidable warriors in the galaxy. Calark's entire power is anchored directly in his level of self-confidence. When his spirit is unwavering and his self-belief is at its peak, Gladiator becomes an almost unstoppable force, capable of confronting cosmic entities. But a single moment of doubt, a single crack in his self-belief, and that power shatters with astonishing speed. Gladiator doesn't fight for personal ambition. He fights for the Shi'ar Empire, for the royal family he swore to protect with his life. That absolute loyalty is the source of his iron discipline, of the leadership experience honed through countless cosmic campaigns. When Gladiator stands at the height of his confidence, a single punch can tear apart the surface of a planet, and he has demonstrated the ability to move an entire colossal celestial body with sheer brute force. Gladiator has once torn apart the very structure of a black hole, a place where even light cannot escape, and crushed stellar matter with his bare hands. This is cosmic-level power. Gladiator moves at hundreds of times the speed of light, enough to chase spacecraft through hyperspace corridors and catch up with any opponent who thinks distance can protect them. His reflexes operate on the nanosecond scale, meaning that in the blink of an average person's eye, Gladiator has completed a full combat sequence. Gladiator has endured without yielding. Planetary explosions, the heat of supernovae, the gravitational pull of man-made black holes, and direct attacks from Thor, Hulk, and Black Bolt, whose mere whisper could flatten a city. All of that has fallen upon Gladiator, and he still stands. Gladiator's rapid physical regeneration and lifespan, spanning centuries, make him virtually indestructible in the conventional sense. He unleashes heat beams from his eyes at temperatures equivalent to the surface of a star, enough to melt any known material in the universe. His breath can summon devastating storms or instantly blanket opponents in icy cold. His heightened senses allow him to perceive everything around him to a degree unimaginable to ordinary people. But all that power comes with a condition. A single, yet utterly decisive condition. When Gladiator's confidence wavers, when doubt begins to creep into his mind, all of that power crumbles at a terrifying speed. He also possesses a physical vulnerability to a special type of radiation, which those intelligent enough to study Calark have found a way to exploit. In fierce confrontations, Gladiator has repeatedly astonished the universe. He once defeated Hyperion with a single fatal blow, beat Binary, Carol Danvers, overwhelmed Vulcan, an Omega-level mutant, and even defeated Black Bolt, Drax, and Beta Ray Bill. Even Thor has been put on equal footing with his power on several occasions, and even more astonishingly, Gladiator has brought down several versions of Thanos with a single punch. Gladiator's power reaches a destructive level. He can withstand and control explosions powerful enough to devastate half the solar system, and even crush giant celestial bodies with his bare hands. Gladiator has also single-handedly confronted and defeated top superhero groups like the X-Men and Fantastic Four. As the leader of the Imperial Guard, he led this force against countless cosmic threats, becoming a steel wall, protecting the survival of the Shi'ar. Gladiator is considered to be on par with Hulk, Wonder Man, or Colossus. He once tore apart a black hole and moved massive Shi'ar warships, feats seemingly beyond the limits of physics. Not stopping there, he also defeated entities possessing Phoenix power and many Herald-level beings like Silver Surfer and Thor. When his will is firm, his power is almost limitless. But that very belief is a double-edged sword, because even a slight wavering can diminish that power. It is this very contradiction that makes Gladiator such a fearsome character. He is more than just a warrior. He embodies loyalty, honor, and a belief that can change the course of the universe. And perhaps that is his greatest strength, making all his enemies wary when facing him. When Gladiator and Bizarro clash, both reach power levels ranging from planetary to star level, with speeds far exceeding the speed of light. However, this similarity is only superficial, as their approaches to harnessing their power are vastly different. Bizarro possesses incredible raw physical strength and almost unwavering mental resilience. His unique abilities, such as Arctic vision or flame breath, can provide an unexpected advantage in the early stages of combat. But his fatal weakness lies in his limited intelligence and uncontrolled behavior, making him easily manipulated. In contrast, Gladiator fights not only with brute force, but also with experience and strategy. He has superior reflexes, having fought countless cosmic battles, and maintains the ability to analyze his opponents in an instant. When his confidence reaches its peak, Gladiator's power can explode to the point of destroying planets, crushing stars, or even tearing apart black holes. Bizarro is easily provoked and loses control, while Gladiator is a master at exploiting his opponent's weaknesses. Just one moment of error, and Bizarro will be completely overwhelmed. In fact, Bizarro has repeatedly failed against Superman and Wonder Woman, while Gladiator has a track record of defeating entities of equal or greater power than Superman, such as Hyperion, Vulcan, or even Thor in several encounters. In a prolonged battle, the advantage will increasingly tilt towards Gladiator. He not only maintains an overwhelming attack pace, but also continuously increases his power as his confidence grows. Meanwhile, the longer the fight lasts, the more flaws are revealed due to a lack of clear strategy. The outcome is almost always the same. When in a state of mental stability and absolute confidence, Gladiator will completely control the match, gradually suffocating their opponent's chances of resistance. This isn't an easy victory in a few seconds, but a sure victory. Gladiator is stronger and wins.
What do you think about this fight? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all very much.